Mr. Nii Armah. He is an educationist. Now, good evening, sir, and welcome to the Behind the Headlines program.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
Now, on the issue of free SHS, what really do you make out of it? And on this particular issue, I want you to touch on quality. For people like Mr. Kofi Bentol of Imani, Ghana, they've raised issues that the free SHS policy, if not rightly implemented, would affect the quality of the Ivy League schools in the country, and he tagged some schools such as Presec, Wesley Girls, Achimota as Ivy League schools. What do you make with the whole issue of free SHS?
Let me put it cogently that I support the policy for free SHS, in that education is a common good, and that if countries like ours are really serious on our developmental agenda and making education affordable, it's a good thing. But then I think the argument has been with the nuances of the implementation of the policy, where some have argued that if it was the money was rather made available for those who are really in need to apply for it, then that would have been a good way, so that those who can afford to pay will pay, so that those who genuinely cannot afford to pay would access that money in order to have their free SHS, as long as they qualify to enter the secondary school. So the argument has been on either side, if you like. But again, the policy for a free education, the policy to support secondary education for those who cannot afford it, for me, I think it's a good one.
Now, the NDC seems to have a challenge with the mode in which the NPP is going about with this policy. In that, the NPP promise of a full-scale free SHS. They are saying that this is not a full-scale free SHS, but a progressive free SHS. Which of the line of argument do you stand as far as these issues are concerned?
To be very sincere, honest with you, I will not get on the political lines, but let me just stand on the crossroads with the mind of an educationist to say that if you say that you're giving free education as we're saying, and as we are told has been enrolled, then you want to find out that what of those who would want to be in the boarding house do not gain admission to the boarding house, and therefore they are day students, which is not their preference. Have they been cheated out? What of those in the day school who are not in the boarding house, who will not benefit the free feeding as those in the boarding house would benefit? Are they also cheated out? What of, we're talking about SHS, but what of the MVTIs, those post junior high school institutions, which are also training to fill into the vocational education and all that? So again, I think that something really should have been done about the implementation. That, another argument that if given the opportunity, it can be streamlined and it can be shaped in order to get better.
Well, finally, before you take leave of us, sorry for that short interview. Our time is fast spent and need to give the opportunity to our listeners. But one key issue that have been raging in all this free SHS policy has to do with quality. Now, whether we like it or yes, the policy is here and it is here to stay. As an educationist, what would be your recommendations to government to ensure that we have quality education as well as accessibility?
Beautiful. For me, I would want to look at the post SHS, okay? So that how do we draw the synergy from the SHS to the higher education level? I don't think the aim of government is to train students to SHS and then leave them at the university level. And you and I know that gradually the universities the public universities, government is moving its shoulder off the subvention of the public universities, which means that even if they enter public universities after SHS, they would have to pay fees. How well are they being guided into that decision so that government holistically can have students, benefiting from this free SHS and being guided into the university level so that they'll be able to pay. Other than that, the question that would stare in our faces very soon will be that, yes, we applied free SHS, now we have to enter university, we cannot pay. What is government doing about it? And that is one issue that we would have to look carefully about. And also with employment. Now, government is talking about one district, one factory. If you permit me another minute.
Continue, sir.
Okay, one district, one factory, which means that we're going to one district, one factory is more of an industrialization thing. So that how are we positioning our technical education, if you ask me, so that those who finish their free SHS that will not be able to access university education will be able to go into employment. Because what's the benefit again? If you give free education to 300,000 people, where you have less than 100,000 accessing university education, what happens to the other 200,000? Are you going to leave them to their fate? So what is the plan there as well? You see, so I think that if stakeholders get back to the table, the discussion table, they'll be able to draw out the nitty-gritty, the very detail that would make this free SHS a holistic approach so that those who go on to the university would benefit. And those who will not be able to continue to the university would also be able to access and implement the education that they have been given.
Well, thank you very much, sir.